Hi everybody, still June 16th, I'm back. I thought of a couple more things that, when you set, one of my other videos I talked about baby steps, and if you're not getting ready for a specific event, like a contest or vacation, you can take baby steps, and sometimes that's better because you're not going to burn yourself out. If you ate like you had to eat like the last month before a contest, if you started out that way, you would like burn yourself out. The last month is like really hard as you get closer to a contest. So even getting ready for a contest, you kind of start, that's why I like to start 20 weeks out. If I'm getting ready for a contest, I want at least 20 weeks. Right now, the kind of shape I'm in now, I would need more than that. Depending on what category. If I was doing bodybuilding, yes, I would need more than 20 weeks because I haven't been training, I haven't been eating right, so I would need some time to kind of get back to the point to where I could compete in that category, or even physique. But even when you're getting ready for something like that, I always liked to start farther out so I could ease into it and, have the carbs in, a good amount of carbs in the beginning and slowly taper off and ease into, the last month, and then even the last 2 weeks is even harder. And it's harder but easier because it's harder because of what you're doing, but it's easier because you're only 2 weeks away, and it's like so close and the end is in sight. So it makes the tough time of the dieting and cardio and training, it makes that part easier because you can see that it's almost here. But anyway, when I mentioned the baby steps, if you are doing this for a lifestyle, I think it helps to pick something that you can stick to, fairly regularly. Like if you're picking your cardio, be realistic and instead of saying I'm going to do cardio 7 days a week, if that's not realistic, I don't think you can should set that right in the beginning. I think maybe realistically, if you say realistically, I could do 3 days a week, 30 minutes, 3 days a week. I think you should start with that because every time you make a commitment and you stick to that commitment, I think it gives you power, and it gives you strength and power to want to be better, and it helps as far as your mental outlook and your focus to make goals that you can stick to and achieve. If you make a goal and make that commitment of that goal and then don't stick to it, just like what I was talking in my last video where the Monday never comes, or the tomorrow never comes as far as diet, because you set your goals too high, or your expectations of yourself too high, and the first time that you don't meet one of those expectations, you feel like a failure, and then that changes your mind from positive to negative, and then you beat yourself up and say, I failed, why should I be good the rest of the day? I'm going to start fresh tomorrow and be good tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, same things happen. It's like maybe you made one of the goals, but you missed another one that you had, and in your mind that makes you feel sorry. I'm being distracted by the clock. But I think that has a lot to do with it too. So if you are doing this as a lifestyle, I think you need to pick goals that are realistic, that you can stick to, because every time you stick to one of them, it makes your mind more positive and it gives you power, and then you want to do better. It's like the other way, it works to the opposite, where you start to feel negative and you feel bad about yourself, and then you beat yourself up. And then you beat yourself up, and then you want to eat more, and then I'm going to start tomorrow. You do the same thing, and that's like a vicious circle that I think is never ending until you either just like suck it up and like just don't do those things and get really serious, or maybe back off just a little bit. You know, I see so many people that come to me that are like gung-ho in the beginning. And they're like, I want to work out 5 days a week, and I want to do cardio 6 days a week, and I want to eat good. And if they don't have a contest or something that they're getting ready for, it's like they don't last very long. It lasts for a little bit, and yeah, you get results faster that way because you're more serious sooner, and you do get faster results. But it's like, it's fun in the beginning, but then that fun wears off, and then you get to the point where you start to want to fall back into your old habits. So sometimes I think it's better to take smaller steps and baby steps and pick some things that you can stick to and stick to those, and really make that a part of your lifestyle to where it's going to be there for a long time and not just a short period of time. So for me, I never ate potato chips or jelly beans before. It's just been probably the last month, and I really see the effect on my body, and it's like, those are two things that I just really don't want to do. And you know, I did really good yesterday. Now the wine is something that you know, I'm gonna have maybe once or twice a week, but that's one thing that, you know, so my goals today are still the same thing: 5 bottles of water, which is 80 ounces, no wine, no potato chips, and no jelly beans. Those are my things that I'm focusing on right now. As far as the rest of my food, I'm making choices that I wouldn't normally eat if I was getting ready for a show. You know, I'm eating bread, but I'm allowing myself to have other things like that aren't quite as bad as potato chips or jelly beans. You know, like I had a sandwich. Normally I don't eat sandwiches because I don't eat bread. I pick some other type of carbs, like a rice cake or a couple rice cakes, or brown rice or things like that. I pick oatmeal. I pick better sources of carbs. Not that bread's bad, but from my experience, it does make a difference in the way that you look. But right now, I need something like that every once in a while to make this kind of more fun and make it easier to kind of ease into more better, more better habits. So, what else did I have yesterday? Cornflakes. I had cornflakes. Actually, I had that today too. Cornflakes with some soy milk. That's something else that I normally wouldn't have, but you know, it's like I want to enjoy a little bit, and it's like I think I'm an all or nothing person. I'm an extreme. I go from one extreme to the other. It's like I can be really, really strict, but then because I'm really, really strict, then I want to be rebellious, I guess you'd say, and not want to follow any of the rules. And you know, it's like competing in 2010, first time in 14 years. I competed for 11 years before in PC, turned IFBB Pro, won the USA as a lightweight, won the overall as a lightweight, and got my pro card. And that was after 11 years. It took me 11 years to turn pro, and that's in bodybuilding category. Took me 11 years, but by the end, like about halfway through my career competing, I had learned how to stay fairly good after a show. And I mentioned this in one of my other videos. It's like if you've ever competed, usually that first show, when you're done, it's like you eat anything and everything, and you like blow up, and you usually gain some weight afterwards. I know of a lot of people that have put on, you know, a lot of weight just because you almost can't control yourself because you've been so strict that then your body wants to do the opposite. So I had gotten to the point where my first show was really bad. My eyes were bigger than my stomach, and I ate so much I made myself sick. And then when you get that little bit of room left in your stomach, I ate more. And I ended up being heavier than I had ever been before, because when I first started competing, I was about, I want to say 87 or 89 pounds. I was just out of high school, and I take that back. I weighed 89 pounds for my first show. I was 97. I was 97 pounds. Just, just being me. That was my normal weight. Now I'm 4'11". I was 97 pounds. I got down to 89 pounds for my first show. My next show after that, I think I got down to 82. 82 was my lightest ever that I got down to. And but after that first show, my normal weight was 97. I got down to 89. I went up to, I think it was 101 or 103. I had never been that heavy. And you just, and I didn't even deprive myself that much. I look back at my diet books. I have some, and maybe I'll have to share some with you guys. If you want to see some of my diet stuff that I did before, give me a thumbs up. It's kind of funny because I still ate bread, but I took the crust off. I think it was the crust, or maybe I just ate the crust and didn't eat the middle. I don't remember, but it was kind of funny. I laughed when I went, every once in a while I go back and look at some of it, and but I didn't really know how to diet then. All I knew how to do was cut back from what I was doing. And I did. I changed and I lost weight. But anyway, I had gotten to the point halfway through my career that I learned how to control myself a little bit more after a show and kind of get back on track faster. And, I stayed in fairly good shape in the off season because I got to the point where I was just doing one show a year, and that was the Nationals. And stayed pretty good in the off season. So anyway, in 2010, when I decided to compete again, I did 4 shows that year, which I had never done before, and that was really, really hard. It was easy while I was doing it, to a certain degree, but it's and I liked the way that I looked, but I couldn't live like that all the time. I mean, it's when I was done, I pretty much rebounded and did the opposite because I just didn't want to cook any more food. I didn't want to be on a schedule. I didn't want to have to eat every hour and a half to 2.5 hours. I wanted to be normal. But you can only do that for so long, and then it catches up with you, which it has caught up to me. It's and I stopped working out. I started working out a little bit again because I thought I was going to compete, and then I didn't, and then got into the horses, and now again it's I'm just trying to find a happy medium and balance in my life where I still do my horses, and I am doing better with my food and my food choices and my working out, and it's where I can do everything. I want to do everything and have a happy medium and still look really good. And actually that was my goal from the very beginning. I just wanted to find a happy medium to where I could still have some things that I wanted every once in a while. Not all the time, because I don't need them all the time, because I like the good food too. I just don't want to have to be so strict. And I go back and forth. I can be super, super strict and do what it takes to get super, super lean. But then when I'm done, I go the opposite way. If I don't have a goal. If I have a goal of a contest, I can do it. But it's not having a goal as far as a goal as far as how I look, I guess, being in a certain shape because, you have to look a certain way. It's I have a hard time doing it. Because the way that I look isn't, not having a contest, the way that I look isn't enough to motivate me to want to be better, I guess. It does in a way, but it has to be more than that. It has to be, for me, I think, because it makes me feel better, and I do feel better not having potato chips and jelly beans yesterday. But anyway, I'm kind of starting to lose focus because I know this video is getting up there too. We're about 14 minutes now. But I just think that's important if you're doing this as a lifestyle. In the beginning, make realistic goals, because when you do and you accomplish those and you're doing good with those, it gives you power and makes you feel better and makes you feel more positive, and then it makes you want to do more. So then that's the baby step thing. So, if I can stick to these goals that I've made for myself and I'm starting to see a little bit of results, I don't need to lose it fast. And it doesn't really bother me if I don't make the 2 pounds by Saturday. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. It's it's more about sticking to the goals that I want. I know I'll get there. I know it'll get down. My weight will get down, and I'll get leaner and look better. I was just trying to make the horse show a reason for me to do it, because I thought maybe that's what I needed And I guess if I do that, I'm really kind of falling back into the category of what I was before, you know, making it for a specific event. And I really don't want to do that. I want to do this because of me, because it makes me feel better, and just be able to live my life for me, and just be able to do everything that I want to do and not put myself on the back burner. So anyway, just wanted to talk a little bit more. So now I have 2 videos, so I have about 30 minutes of talking, and both of these videos kind of go together. So if you watch the first one and then watch this one, the reason I said this because I watched part of the first one, so it made me think of some other things that I wanted to say. So anyway, happy Father's Day again, and I will see you guys next time. Again, this is bad lighting, I think. Oh, you can kind of see a little bit of line. My next, oh, that one's better. My next things that I want to add in are some workouts. I need to start working out, but right now I'm focusing on cardio, and I'll get to the working out here pretty soon. So anyway, bye.